नहीं तो सवाल आप उसको करो प्रॉब्लम नहीं
You can speak in Nepali.
मैं कोशिश करूँ राम
Dipendra, आजको म्याच अगाडि कतिको प्रेसर थियो विशेष गरी लिग 2 को म्याचमा चाहिँ एकदम एभरेज चाहिँ एकदम डाउन पर्सेन्टेज थियो त्यसलाई हेर्दा कतिको गाह्रो थियो
गाह्रो त त्यस्तो थिएन अब जे रोल भनेको थियो मलाई जे रोल गरिरहेको थियो टिममा अब त्यति बेला चाहिँ सिचुएसन अब त्यो पार्टनरसिपको लागि थियो सुरुमा चाहिँ पार्टनरसिपको लागि गयो अनि लास्टमा चाहिँ फिनिस गर्ने त्यस्तो केही प्रेसर
तपाईँले युजली प्राय कभर गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ अहिले यो मुन्डीको चाहिएको लोअर कस्तो थियो
त्यस्तो केही पनि
इन्जोय चाहिँ केमा गर्नु
इन्जोय अब जता टपर खेले पनि फिनिस गरेर आयो भने इन्जोय नै हो त्यो पनि अनि पछाडि खेलेर फिनिस गरेर आयो भने त्यो फिनिस गर्नु भने एउटा भित्रैबाट त्यो रोल गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ एकदमै खुसी लाग्छ टिम जति भन्नाले कि जति चेन्ज गरोस् या जति नगरे पनि आफू सकाएर आयो भने चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो लाग्छ
तपाईँ 5 विकेट गएको छ 77 रनमा दुईजना बिच के कुरा
त्यस्तो केही पनि कुरा भएको थिएन कुशलले अब एग्रेसिभ खेलिरहेको थियो र कुशललाई भनिरहेको थियो आफ्नो रेन्जमा आएको बाहिर कटाउन सक्छ भने कटा होइन भने सिङ्गल घर पछि म यताबाट रोटेट गर्छु तर साथ दिन्छु भनेर त्यही नै कुरा
नामिबिया विरुद्ध नै एउटा ठुलो चेज कम्प्लिट भएको थिएन त्यसमा आफ्नो कन्ट्रिब्युसन दिएन आज चाहिँ त्यो अर्को ठुलो टार्गेट चेज गर्दा के थियो मेन्टली चाहिँ आफू क्रिजमा आउँदा चाहिँ
मेन्टली त्यस्तो केही पनि थिएन अब सरको उसमा जस्तै अब 1 बल ब्याटर थियो त्यही नै फोकस गर्दा थिएँ र धेरै केही पनि त्यस्तो धेरै केही पनि सोचेन र एउटा बल मात्र एउटा बल हरेक थियो
मोन्टी सर हुँदाखेरि नै हामी त्यो अब इन्डियाको जुन इनिङ्स थिएन हामी इन्डिया अन्डर 19 हुँदा तपाईँको एउटा प्लेयर अफ द म्याच लिनु थिएन आज पनि त्यही भनौँ न 80sमा खेल्नुभयो बलिङबाट कन्ट्रिब्युसन दिनु भएन उहाँसँग भनौँ उहाँको कतिको चेन्ज भएको छ पहिलाभन्दा अहिले आफ्नो
उहाँ एकदमै पोजिटिभ हुनुहुन्छ हरेक कुरालाई पनि पोजिटिभ वेले हेर्नुहुन्छ र नेगेटिभ केही पनि टिममा नेगेटिभ कोही कुरा नगरोस् केही पनि नगरोस् भनेर चाहिँ भन्नुहुन्छ र हरेकजना पोजिटिभ छन् र राम्रो पनि भइरहेछ
आज भनौँ न हामीले एउटा स्पिनर बाहिर राखेर पेसर ल्याएको थियो भने तर पिचले चाहिँ अब स्पिनरलाई अलिकति मद्दत गरेको थियो त्यसपछि चाहिँ आफ्नो बलिङमा चाहिँ कतिको जिम्मेवारी आउँछ जस्तो महसुस भयो
अब जिम्मेवारी चाहिँ अब म पनि आफूलाई पार्ट टाइम नै हेर्छु अब गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ मैले गर्छु आफ्नो मेरो काम के हो त्यही गर्छु अरू बाँकी कुरा त अब
दुईवटा गेम लगातार जितेको छौँ होइन अब घरेलु सिरिज अर्को एउटा नै बाँकी छ यसमै दुईवटा बाँकी छैन यो दुईवटा विनले चाहिँ कतिको भनौँ न टिममा माहौल कस्तो बनेको छ
अहिले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो माहौल बनिरहेछ अब जस्तै अरू गेम जस्तै सरले भन्नुभएको अब 12 गेम छ 12वटा फाइनल हो हाम्रो लागि अनि दुईवटा जित्यो अब 10वटा फाइनल बाँकी छ त्यही एउटा म्याच गरेर हेरिरहेछ एकदमै पोजिटिभ छ टिम अगाडिको गेमहरूमा फेरि जित्ने
थ्याङ्क यू
हमारे सब सीक्रेट बाहर नहीं करें
Monty sir, you had emphasized on happy dressing room. With these two big heavyweight chases, how's the team mentality? Is it as you wanted at the start of the day?
Well, the results show that the mentality and the understanding of how to build the dressing room is evident. And the other thing which I could very clearly see is that today was different chase. We lost few early wickets. But then again the emphasis of understanding how the dressing room should operate, the calmness in the dressing room again was evident, and automatically that energy we could see how well it has been transformed into the performances in the center out there by in the partnership. that we achieved. For me, what was heartening to see was Kushal Malla and Dipendra's partnership to stitch that big partnership and bring us back in the game.
So, in the game against Namibia, we saw two different batsmen leading the chase. Today it was two middle order batsmen, and even in the bowling department, it was pace bowlers in previous day, and today was spinners. So, how do you see this combination coming up in two different combination in two matches?
It's a great journey start, right? I mean, we are trying to build our story. I said that from the start that we're trying to build our story. And to see that people are able to dive into their roles, understand when to play a lead role, to understand when to play a side role, understand when to be attacking, when to be defensive. It's heartening to see how well they are able to absorb the information and apply that over there. So we are on learner's journey with the champion's attitude, and we want to continue that.
So the first is there were questions that it could be a fluke, but the second chase it has showed that there has been some changes, and we played against the two best sides in this league. So going forward, how do you see this two games coming up? Are we going to? Do you think we can continue this chase in remaining matches?
I am only trying to stay in present. The present scenarios and the present evidence says that we have done it twice. I mean, look at this situation today. We had picked up early wickets, and they obviously fought back. They are number one associate team. There is a reason for that. They fought back. They also put up a respectable score. But for us to come in the dressing room and still believe that we can chase that runs, hats off to all the boys in their thinking. And when you talk about fluke, I would not even ever use that word. It's the hard work which is put in place by all the players. They always had the skill. It was just a matter of time, the support and the faith for each other in the dressing room. And again, our fans, everyone has been supporting us very hearteningly in a proper way. So that is really good for us to be on the journey.
So we had two matches, but both are on the weekdays. So tomorrow is the first weekend match that we're going to have. What are you expecting from the crowd specifically?
Keep coming in large numbers, support us. This country loves this game. You all love this game. We need one more country to come up and compete with the best out there in the world. World cricket will also increase, in that way. The standards of world cricket will go up. Love for the game, let's keep on spreading.
About the team selection, we had one chance today. Do you think that that didn't quite match up looking at what Gulshan did with the ball?
Well, with the ball, you can reflect back and think that way. I mean, thought was there in my head as well. But I think we want to create a very balanced side. We want to have a side which can compete on any surface, not only home, even away. So we are trying to groom, in that particular way. If you look at it, and Gulshan actually played a good role with his bat. That was also very crucial for us to keep on getting that mini partnerships when Dipendra was able to hold the end from one end.
Talking about the opponent, they had two left-arm spinners, and we tackled well with Kushal and Gulshan. So do you think lack of left-hand batsman is a bit of thinking place for us in our team?
It's too early for me to judge that, but at the moment I consider Gulshan an all-rounder. I consider Kushal Malla an all-rounder. And both are capable of showing with the bat a lot more runs very consistently.
Tell us about the 100-run partnership between
Second?
100-run partnership between Dipendra and Kushal.
Yes, you wanted to comment about that. Extraordinary. I mean, think about it. If someone would have been distracted by the situation, it would have been more about, feeling the pressure. But at the moment, they were able to just dive into their roles, like Dipendra said, one ball battles. Just put your energy towards that one ball, what question is being asked, and how you can respond to that one ball. They beautifully handled the pressure, and they were communicating so well. Again, Dipendra played a very massive role over there as a senior player who constantly calmed down the partner with him and ensuring that partnership keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And yes, a 100+ partnership, that situation that we were in was very heartening to see.
Before you came in our team, our batting was struggling. But after you came, we've chased down 270+ targets. So what is the key advice that you gave to the players that we've done so wonderfully well?
I think more than advice, recognition to their skills. Whatever I saw in the camp, I could very clearly see that they are capable of scoring runs. They are capable of hitting pockets and having their boundary options ready. Their strengths, they are able to now display it in the game, which was always there. And I think credit goes to them as well. They all have been very sincere towards representing the nation in the best possible way, and they're all making a lot of effort, working very hard to build this dressing room.
Tomorrow's game against Namibia, can we expect some changes, or it will be the same lineup, or what kind of performance can we expect?
I believe in stability. I generally believe in stability. You need to keep on allowing the players to play that role again and again, so that they can take the experience on board and keep on improving their games. Just about, for us, it is all about percentages, improving day by day.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. धीरे धीरे राम, धीरे धीरे धन्यवाद.
सुरुमा एउटा चियर एक बिजन राख्नु एकदम नराम्रो होइन उसले त्यहाँ बाहिर बस्छ त्यो मनलाई त्यो चियर निकाल्नु
कुर्सी निकाल्दै
त्यसलाई
Husband जालियो
म यहाँ राख्नु
one by one.
Come on, Dad, I'll sit on your knee. Huh? Hello, everyone.
Father, someone this.
we'll be starting with the coach.
Okay.
Shane, tough game, loss against home team. How do you summarize this match?
Sure, I wish I had a long time to summarise the game. There was so much that happened in the space of the day there. Look, it's never nice to lose a cricket game, but I think in the position we're in, we now have the ability to try one or two things and play one or two players that we potentially need to have a look at. And it was fantastic to see two youngsters make their debut today, their ODIs debuts, a day they'll never forget, in front of an amazing crowd, atmosphere. That's what ODI cricket should be all about. And look, to see this man sitting to my right get his first ODI 100 was fantastic. I'm really pleased for him. A pity it wasn't a losing cause though. But I think the reasons for the loss are pretty obvious. Ill discipline with the ball, and just really poor in the field, and we didn't apply enough pressure when we really needed to. And we also have to give Nepal a lot of credit. They've chased 2 games in a row now. Confidence is going to be really high, and let's hope that it brings more fans in, because, like, as I say, that's what it should all be about.
At one time in batting, you were 111 for 6. List came on and they rescued the innings. So what was the thinking going in at the innings break? Did you think that the total was quite competitive, or was it more than enough?
We absolutely thought it was enough. We always backed our bowling attack that it was going to be enough. It was interesting how, and we found this in the previous game, how the wicket did change a little bit. We found that particularly early the wicket spun quite a lot, and that's probably credit to the Nepal spinners too, and how they bowled and how disciplined they were with the ball. And then for us, we found that it didn't do as much. The wicket almost played a lot better, but I also feel that we almost allowed them to get back into the game. We had them 5 down before the 12th over, and whenever you have a team 5 down before the 12th over, you should capitalise and make sure that you keep applying pressure even if you can't get wickets. So yeah, very much ourselves to blame for the loss, but again, credit to Nepal for the way they played.
So the previous day you had 10 wickets win, a convincing win, but do you think making 3 changes at the same time affected the team combination? And looking at the bowling that you had, you didn't have your main bowlers for the last overs. So did you think that was the key point?
Yeah, look, we've brought 14 players that we believe that any one of the 14 that are playing are able to make an impact in the game. It's something we speak about quite a bit, that when you get your opportunity, you've got to grab it with both hands. But look, it's always, when you do take a Munzi, a Kutsa and a Sharif out of a starting 11 for Scotland, that's always going to weaken the team a little bit, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to lose a cricket game by doing that. So I still back the other 3 that came in, and we would have backed them to also win us the game. So look, it's disappointing to lose again, I'll emphasise that, but it's encouraging acknowledging that there are some positives that we can take out of the game. I thought particularly the two youngsters that came in, they showed really good signs at times. But look, there's a lot to learn. The game doesn't just throw you favours. You've got to go out there and earn it. Disappointed that we lost, but happy in a couple of areas.
Do you think crowd play their part for raising the home crowd and their motivation?
Yeah, definitely. You know, the crowd, it's a wonderful crowd to play in front of. They're passionate, they want to see good cricket. Credit to them too. When this man tomorrow got his 100, they cheered as if he was playing for Nepal, so that's really great too. But it's quite good to also hear the silence, because you know that you've taken a wicket. So it's good. They're passionate, and it's a fantastic experience for our players to play in front of a big crowd. And I really hope that can be the way it's going to be in the future.
So you've become the champion. You still have 2 more matches in Nepal. So are you looking for more experimentation, or are you going to?
Yeah, we're looking to keep trying things. We have the opportunity to do so now. We want to see guys under pressure. We want to see guys go in and put in match-winning performances. And the only way to do that is right out there in the pressure cooker, in front of the big crowd. You know, that's where we want to see the guys do it. So today was a really good day to do that. Unfortunately, we didn't get over the line, but we've got 2 more opportunities to go out there and put our guys under pressure and see what they have, see if they have what it takes. We're going to a World Cup qualifier, and let me tell you, that's going to be a lot of pressure going there. Where we're going to be going and where this team is going over the next 2-3 years.
So you become the champion of League 2, but you've been constantly rubbing shoulders with the big teams as well. How do you see the difference in quality between the test nations and associate nations like Nepal, UAE, PNG, Oman? How do you see the difference?
Yeah, look, on their day, I think most teams can rub shoulder to shoulder with each other. I think if I look at the T20 World Cups, just how most of the associate teams, particularly in this last World Cup, probably won the most. They won the most games they ever have in the World Cup, which shows you that the gap is closing, particularly in T20 cricket. But in 50 over cricket, that gap probably gets a little bit bigger, because you've got to just play that little bit better for longer periods of time. And Nepal have shown in the last 2 games that chasing a score of over 270 is not easy. You've got to play really, really well, and they've done it twice in a row. We've done that on a few occasions, and look, we're confident that we will have to keep putting in good performances like this to keep, well, not like today, but as we have done in the past, to keep showing that we can compete with the big boys.
Go to this. The feeling when you get the 100, how do you describe it in words?
I don't think you can. Probably one of the proudest moments for me in my cricketing career, making it in front of such a special crowd. I just don't think you can describe it really. Something I've worked so hard for. Had a chance a couple of times last year and just couldn't quite get over the line, and today was just such a phenomenal feeling. You almost wanted to cry. Looking at Mark at the other end there, it's just so much emotion. You've worked so hard for it. Again, bittersweet. Again, very bittersweet having come off the park with a loss. But yeah, very special.
So when you came into bat, the team was in huge crisis. Did you ever think that you would get to the 3-figure marks, looking at the team's condition?
Look, I mean, I'm one of these players who don't really worry about what the scoreboard says. I play what's in front of me, and in front of me was some very good spin, which I don't really think I came out the blocks firing. And then more my suit is when Seam comes onto ball and I can excel. I excel there. So I probably played within myself with the guys around me, knowing that I can always catch up if needs be.
The crowd were cheering, and your emotions that we could see were outpouring. But it's a gutting feeling that you couldn't get the win, and the century didn't go on the winning side. How does that feel? Because you were playing with the ball as well.
Yeah, look, it hurts. You never want to lose a game of cricket, but sitting here right now, I'm kind of a little bit deflated at times as well, because we have just lost a game of cricket. But look, I'll never forget that moment of hitting that one. That one run might just keep going. I mean, that might be my first of many. Hopefully it's not my last one, and it's a lot of credit down to the
coaching staff who've done a lot of work. But yeah, it's a very special day, although it hurts to lose the game.
You still have 2 more matches. Do you think you can replicate it in the coming days?
Yeah, look, I mean, didn't have to bat in the first game, so which is always a positive. And look, I did it with the ball in the first game, so I'm not just a one-dimensional cricketer. So again, it could be with the ball in the next game. It might not be with the bat. It might not be my day. But I've still got that other facet. I can take wickets too. So I'm still looking for that elusive fifer. So that might be in the next game. You never know.
So you played against big teams and you come here play against this crowd. So how do you react to this crowd, having played in other countries as well? How do you rate this crowd?
Oh, I mean, it's special. It's special. I mean, you've just had, I couldn't tell you how many people, 20,000 in the crowd. Yeah, I've played once where it's been like that, but never to that volume of noise. For some people, I try and energise myself off it. Some people it might not. I mean, I'm quite an energetic person. To hear that, it's absolutely phenomenal. Who couldn't love playing in front of that?
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.